those I love. We're just gonna scale through some demos, unreleased songs, new ideas, old ideas, B-sides, instrumentals from various different projects I've worked on. With some live vocals thrown in. Thank you.
7 p.m. at the end of summer, work wrapped up for the day, and it's the 54A back home. No dreams, no wonder, and Kareem the drummer playing on the phone. Crashing up the stairs, seats at the back of the bus are free, and empty cans roll down the deck and they land at my feet. The sounds of the streets wash over me as I relax into the beats, until a hand on my shoulder breaks the peace and I turn to see two lads the age of me, cans in hand and a grin of brown teeth each. They want a smoke or a joint and a speaker to play tunes. The back of the bus is always its own room, but plans are ruined cause I can deliver on the square root of fuck all. And as tensions brew I try to stall and find the only way I know how to break the fall, cause God knows it's coming soon. Cause these lads aren't impressed and there's raised voices and fingers pressed into my chest. But this is a daily madness, so nothing brings stress. And as the chat gets vocal and the streets pass by, I notice something else in my new friend's eyes. I pause and stop and say, is Aaron your name? It's Dave from Donamead. I know I don't look the same as I did. I haven't seen you since we were kids. We used to play ball in the back fields and you'd feed us with the sweets and drinks that you'd steal. And we joined the same local team, but you could never afford your match subs. Man, Dad went out and spent it in pubs. And then he told me that's why he quit, cause he couldn't afford to go on the team trips. And he left school for half the same reasons. Couldn't afford the books or the bags that were in seasons. And midway through another tale I noticed the dirt under his nails and the burns on his hands. There's no treatment really free in this land. See, one day he was here and then he disappeared, and we always knew that he lived in fear. I know he stabbed the kid in Ayrefield when he was only 15. The blood running through his hands each time he dreams, and he doesn't go back to the scheme and never back to his old home. 14 years later and still out to roam. He tells me he's trying to find relief in crack pipes and foil sheets, and he never mentions that kid left in the street. And as his gaze is lost in memory and defeat, he starts to weep. Aaron! That's my old school friend Aaron, and he's lost with his new friend Aaron. Yeah, crack cocaine's got your blue friend Aaron, but I still love you, friend Aaron. And you hate what you do, friend Aaron, but you just did what you knew, friend Aaron. But I'm glad I'm not you, friend Aaron. And I'm sorry, it's true, friend Aaron. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's true, friend. I'm sorry, it's true. I'm sorry. Demos, B-sides, half ideas, half cut jokes, some new songs that I'm trying out, just bits and bobs to figure out. For those I love radio, on, baby. lads get stabbed over 50 bags, and who took that last drag off the joint and the skag. And these same lads brag about murder, further pushing this dire situation into a world that doesn't understand it unless you're from it. The piss, shit and vomit, who's going on it? Hang on to the bonnet while I spin you to elation. Stab a man, go home and play the PlayStation. But the state just laced them with hate since the date they were born. Torn from innocence before they could be found, bound to drown in a no-job town. And what else could you expect when you're raised to the sound of "Do you have that brown?" When your brothers or your uncles are all locked up or locked down, and no college will ever take you, and no school wants you in it. So you take your hopes and your dreams and you bin it without even realising you did it. Cause you can't think about tomorrow when you have to make it through today. And you can't talk your way out when nobody taught you what to say. But how can you expect to make it out when it seems the only route out is the one I'm going on about? So you sell what you can until the Garda catch up, and you no longer have the energy to run. And the only way out now is getting locked up. You tell me what you know about hope. You tell me what you know about free. There's been blood on our knees since we were teens. Don't tell me you know what it means to breed. There's no world me and mine haven't seen, you best believe. So you tell me what you know about growth. You tell me what you know about me. There's been blood in our teeth since our first meal. Don't tell me you know what it means to see. There's no love me and mine haven't grieved, you couldn't feel. See, we don't know what it is to sleep when each night your eyes bleed. Cause there's not a lot of steps between peace and utter misery when you're 17 and all you have is love and dreams. But those tunes we made as teens gave us a way to grieve and get out of the scheme. But those early scars never leave. And those tunes and that art gave us a path out of the dark. But we still get lost without the light when we live. This pain is real. Still getting used to this mixing tunes from one into the other smoothly thing. Sort of an instrumental to set the tone. Just dedications to everybody one by one. For those I love. This one's for all the younger lads in Coolock. Has a hosey vibe. Dublin's best DJ, Paul Hosey. For Mark Lyons. So we might just try some bits out here. Don't know if that'll work. Here's a super short one for you. Most of mine still live the rats out lifestyle, while your boys take their time to cry to Garda. Anytime that cop, little one bag saps, pack of rats, shut your trap. We don't know nothing if anybody asks, and that's that. Like that one's even too aggro for the vibe of this. have to give a lot of love on this one to Darren, my uncle Darren, who sorted me out with some music making equipment when I was like 14, and just set the path not just for me but for the rest of the lads. I don't think any of us would have done the things that we've done if he didn't give us a few dodgy cracks of some software when we were kids and just encourage. It's a nice one. I love you. crazy percussions here. This is a song called He Won't from a project I do called Tech Dig. The song is a few years old now, but it's totally unreleased. I think only a few of the lads have heard it. So that one's for Robbie. We're gonna go to some storytelling stuff now. Up Shells. This one's for the football fans. Dedicated to my dad. I love you.
And would be able to fulfil himself in a way that normally a working class lad can't. Now I think it's a great way of expressing yourself. It's a form of self-expression, and it gives you a very profound sense of well-being to express yourself. You use the phrase working class, and indeed
I've loved the sound of me and my dad going fucking nuts at a 2002 World Cup Irish team on the telly. That's it, boys, get ready. It's Duff with the heady. Yup, Alva, boys, steady. And later at night, the screeching scales of robbed cars from the Donamead shop's car park, bright with the spark of a win, hoping to be seen. Heard the scream for the dreams of boys in green with the sound of car wheels. And I went to Liverpool with my own team that year, but our match fell through. We were due to go to Anfield to see a game, but a glimpse at fame wasn't on the books, and instead ended up at a Division 2 match with about 200 people there. But they still brought us out onto the pitch, read our names over the half a stadium speakers and gave us steak and kiddie pies. No red jersey sidelines for miles, but still a welcome surprise. This was real life and some time with me and mine in Merseyside. And later in the bar at the 2-star Ibis, my friend aged 12 sat in English land, somehow with a pint of cider in hand, a sunken face of about 40 on him, with a leprechaun hat on top, for God knows what reason. Already sad for the end of the season. Serious baller though, but he had it too tough. On his way, rushing to grow up. Kid knocked the cider back and he was rushing to throw up. I shaved for the first time that night in Johnny Smith's hotel bathroom with the rest of the team. It was some buzz for a bunch of boys too young for the sauce. That was until one of the lads had his eyebrows shaved off. Me manager found out and flipped the fucking lid. He's our only kids. What I say to his man, Dad, they might never grow back. And he cut us no slack and hit us with the heart attack fact that you might break up the whole team. You'll have to see. And I was left to dream of a world without my weekly ballers from the scheme, and what it'd mean for the first time since 5 to be alone. So we're gonna go from some 2002 stories there to something a bit more modern day. Just trying out some ideas and demos here. Some new lyrics. Sam Logan job. It's a groovy vibe for him. Elron unveiled down to the song about silent melt no more. It was the art that got us out the door. Been making tunes since 2004, and where would me and mine be without the tunes we made at 14? To Darren for cracking cool at a 2.0, you gave us more than you'll ever know. The art put cash stacks in our backpacks, but didn't stop the lack, and the rats still try and push us back. And when the only light that leads the way is from the flames that rage in you and your mates, and you don't know how dark it gets when that goes away. See, this is real pain. Guinea and cheap muck while chatting football and books with strangers in local IRA pubs who run amok on the stuff, and I'm lost playing blind man's buff at a lost short push, and I'm like, there is no light. Morrissey was wrong and a fucking dickhead. But 6 points later you forget what you said, and his songs are on and you're dancing to Englishman, Irish Heart, saying it's all grand. But that's utter bollocks. Fuck the lot of yous. The stuff that runs through your mind when your brain is fried. Jesus fucking Christ. I've seen your face in every song since we were teens, but trying to deal with these scenes crushed my dreams. And you're left heartbroken in the same scheme, but they say it's easy to love, so it seems. I've seen your face in every song since we were teens, but trying to deal with these scenes crushed my dreams, and you're left heartbroken in the same scheme, but they say it's easy to love, so it seems. So it seems. Fuck off. In every song since we were teens, but trying to deal with these scenes crushed my dreams, and you're left heartbroken in that same old scheme, but they say it's easy to love, or so it seems. This is just a bit of an old demo. We're gonna just get the arse end of it. It's called Never Been. And it's a special one. You might hear it someday. I sent you those words on New Year's Eve, between pints and shots in the workman's with Gav Bain. You down in Cork on your own vibe, but both of us up till first light on New Year's night. I told you they were words of thanks before the whiskey and Guinness left me lost and blank. And it goes, Jesus Christ, we were out of our minds that night, smashing eggs off the side of a gaff and a car in the drive. To exercise years of trauma and all that abuse and shite, and he got more than you, make you feel no use. That he put us through for 6 years in that school, and I ran off with a bag of guilt draped over me shoulder. For days on end thinking that I'm too old for punching back when the smack you got whacked with was 7 years in the past. But you didn't see it like that, and yous laid it out as it is. You do what you did to get back what we lost as kids. And 6 years of telling us our lives would be plagued and damned, and that we'd never see the halfway point of a grand in our hands. So after a few points in the local and getting all vocal about the damage you did to our emotion and chance to feel hopeful, we smashed your gaff up with eggs and you hid. But we did what we did to get back what we lost as kids. doing that with me and Paulie, mate. Waging the rounds, next phone on the ground, never found. Now it's solo in pubs, no grub to line the gut cheap buzz. Your name on tongue and you think of what was. Remember the love, but it's not nearly enough. Cause the lads from school are flexing for a meal, while the other lads from school are stressing for a meal. There's no dreams left round here. It's been one basic life without fear, and death's never not been near. And I feel guilty cause I got out. That's the true cost of doubt. These boys are building their lives on bricks, supplied by pricks but blinded by the power of the fix. And that's the true cost of sniff. A man dying bits after their son got hit, and all of this rift over a bill he stiffed. And the other mates are doing themselves in on the come down. Mouth sewn shut when silence is the sound, but it's a small town. So I walk the town in front of another morning sun, and pass by a quiet broken hearted mother mourning her only son. How can we not feel this rage when the therapy costs more than half your wage and you're turfed back out the same that very day? You cover your teenage pain by pushing further into the grey, the local politics of the housing estates, cause getting out seems like no stage, and tomorrows aren't today, and I've felt this way since turned the page. There's no walk away yet there's still sense in what I say. And it's same shite at 26, you shell down cans and drinks for the sake of making it through the week surrounded by pricks. Your posh drugs aren't interesting, you hate workers, you hate those that can't. Your drugs aren't class, they're upper middle class. You, teeth whitening, pay for designer dogs. Dad crashed the bank but kept his job. You bob for a week in Mykonos and you joke about the junkies. Addicts that get dehumanised because they're poor, but these problems start at your door, your eyes are closed, fuck off. Another tech dig tune. I might stick a few of them together as from stage. Do a release. I'll just leave you with these sounds now, but this is for Robbie Lyons. All praise to the Illmatic Nas. I cannot contain myself. Next is some of the original 2014 Top Scheme tracks for Paul. Let's see if I can get these words right. This is old. And it's a fucking chore going door to door, selling telly scrippies that I couldn't afford. And what's more, there's nothing there for me anyways. I could be spending me Saturdays getting all scatterbrained. Now I'm not unemployed anymore, there's cash coming in and it's feeding me sins. The green's reeling me in, the boys are out for a spin. The smoked Orphees and the tins, that's the wage in the bin. And then it's Monday again. I could go back to the books if I sold 2 ounces a month. This job alone's not enough to pay the fees to these cunts. 5 grand and then some to get some average results. To chat the shit in the pub about me own job hunt. I'd have to give up the blunts with the amount I'm spending on munch, and stop running amok to keep it clear in this nut. Hope they don't bring in more cuts or it'll be back to no lunch, schoolyard 1 touch, goalie in the bike hutch. See, the books alone would cost me 2 stacks. Then there's the bus there and back 5 days a week for 2 years and a half. Where would I get the cash? And then there's the rats that tax the corbo juice in the taps. Foot soldier Garda saps pushing the working class back. It's no wonder there's a lack. So another Top Scheme song from 2014, never released. After work it's back to the gaff, match of the day job. But sitting and staring at a screen is a match of the day job. But the TV never goes off. There's fuck all else to do when most of my few bob gets robbed by the state laws. And whenever I do go out, it's 4 points or thereabouts, in between a bit of cheap green if there's no drought. Seems there always is down south, as if I'd crossed the border for a lovely bit of northern. But the job might send me up 2 weeks on a placement, same walls adjacent but a room full of new faces. Chat the shit for a while and that's a bit of time wasted. You know yourself. But see, down here it's never too laboured. Keep the head down, read the papers. Plus I don't really give a rat's about Carrick Rangers, so if the job offered me the placement I wouldn't take it. Seems fair. So it's back to the gaff after work, match of the day job. But sitting and staring at a screen is a match of the day job. But today I might just stay off, head out for a walk. But it was freezing on my way home and the gaff is nice and warm. Plus Stoke City lost to West Brom 2-1 and I want to see that, so I might as well stay on. Fuck all else to do. Cause see, the grass is always greener off someone else's dealer, and the tunes are only good in the sun. But the stuff still gets you stoned, so why should I moan? I don't want to do what I haven't already done. So this has been For Those I Love Radio, the first episode. I've got 2 more songs for you. Both of these are from my friend Paul. close to him. Wait till you hear this, pure bliss. And I played him Jessica by Polar Bear for the first time. I forgot, till he died, that he said that was the moment that he chose to rhyme. Polly, I told you I was working on my album For Those I Love. 57 tracks deep and still far from done. When stocious and smoking areas one to one, I'd read your parts and lyrics half for fun and half because they were all about you. Get your blessing midway through a bonding session as you do. Your ear pressed to me mouth, phasing all the rest out. You'd grip me tight and make me shout. And when done, he'd hold his hands on my cheeks, press his forehead on mine. Moments etched forever in time and my mind. You see, I have a love and it never fades. 2 days after the news came, I was on my way down to Cork to pick up the bits from your room and exhume the tomb of Dublin's Jesus. And holding on to any scrap that might look like it has words or art on the back, and a stack of books, Bibles for the tribe of us, 5 of us, searching for ratting on show in your room now empty in its glow, cause half the world will never know. Like you said, the light and life words bring after death. Cause I have a love and it never fades. I found your old MySpace page on the bus today. One song playlist loads up straight away and sunk me right back to the source of your teenage pain. It was there, 8 years before you left Dublin's door, to 8 score rents for a floor, a bed and 2 drawers. 1 year more and still got hit for 4. Your heart at war. See, I have a love and it never fades. Paulie, you wrote Dublin on the stage. You spoke Ireland on the page. Filled in the colour of Kilmore and Coolock with your jewel shock, lock, stock and hot rocks descriptions of the romance in our areas. The where you're from, song and dance we'd get at every chance. But at Dublin, you spoke true, and now we owe the same to you. You see, I have a love, and it never fades. Today I stand on stage and speak words for the first time, but in your name. All style and substance from the ground you laid, and a pace and delivery a mark off the same. See, things have come a long way since Polar Bear at a Dell desktop one day in 2008. But some things will never change, and our love will never fade.
It's been a while since I have seen you. It's been a while since I have seen you. It's been a while since I have seen you. It's been a while.
His first show
since I have seen
is dedicated to all the
you.
lads.
Since I have seen you.
Pamela, Gav, Peter,
It's been a while
Robbie,
since I have
Sam, Rob, Gilly, Wes, Zoe, Ross, Gav White, Barry, Doyle, Jamesy, and the memory of Paul. I love you all. thank you for tuning in and listening. Go tell your mates you love them.